Hello everyone. Oh, hold on. I gotta switch to my faster internet. One sec. Okay. I think we're good. Sorry, I forgot to switch to my 5G network before I started the stream, and I tried to do it midstream, and it didn't work. Everything failed miserably. So welcome. Sorry about that hiccup. To another episode of Friday with DDubs. My apologies. I don't know if there's anybody new here. I'm going to check out the chat in just 1 second here. Hope everybody's well. There we are. Wow, starting with 59 people. Amazing. Hello, Narrow, Twilight, Dom, Soul Castle, Transform and Rollout, Indeed. Hi, Godspeed. Comic Book Couples Counseling Podcast. Welcome. What's up, Mo, Roberto, Ryan, Lance? Till all are one. Big fat bot. Amen. Thank you, Twilight. Isn't this awesome? Finally, I can talk about it after ages, feels like. I've been working on this book since late December. Drawing Optimus Prime for many years before that. However, it feels good to finally be able to officially talk about it. For real. Pat Tover, hello. Spectral Void, thank you. Kevin, hello. Kyle. Brandon, hello. Oh, Brandon's new. Welcome, Brandon. Guardian. What's up, Guardian? Well, somebody asked me. Ryan asks if I'm just doing this to get Hasbro to make toys of my designs. I am not. Comic Tropes asks about Comic-Cons that are locked in for me this year. The only one that's for sure, as of this moment, is San Diego Comic-Con. The deadline for Transformers is quite intense, and I've really got to focus on that. And also, I have 2 kids now. It's very hard for me to get out. I also don't want to leave my house, so I'm working on that. Hey, Victor, welcome. Thank you, Owens. Connor, hello. Oh, Connor gave me a CD. Awesome. Pat Tober, I uploaded Space Mullet 2 times a week, so not every day. Darren, welcome. Welcome. Alright, do me a favor, everyone here. Please hit the thumbs up. That would mean so much just to start. I promise I will not spam ask you to do that, but apparently it's important for the algorithm, so someone told me that one day. Oh. Daniel, I cannot pronounce that name. I should know my katakana, but I don't know it. Thank you for putting your wonderful work out into the world. Hugely important to my career as an artist. Well, that's amazing. Thank you so much. Thanks for saying that. What do I transform into? Good question. A nerd. But I am already a nerd. Thumb is up. Thank you aggressively. Thank you, everyone. Ooh, Narrow hitting the ball right in the middle of the bat. Any nerves about handling a mech comic? So technical. Your robots have great liveliness. I would love to talk about that, which is why I'm showing you some original art to start from the Transformers announcement. Nothing here is secret. I am being very careful not to show anything that's not meant to shown yet. But here we have the Void Rivals 1 in 100 variant cover, I guess. I do not follow the variant game very closely. However, this was very fun. I had a blast drawing this. And Jetfire is a challenge. He is very blocky. This pose, this bend here, really intense. It's very subtle, but I remember trying to draw this leg kind of coming at us more, and then maybe tucking this leg back a little bit, and it did not work at all. And I will talk about technically about like handling these things. Excuse me. All right. So here is a bit of a failure, I would say. So just straight up, uh-oh, Cliff Jumper is having a little hard time. Okay, so Skybound wanted me to do this lineup, but they wanted to feature each character individually, but then they also wanted to be able to have it be like a single image, and I thought, oh, I'll just do them on separate screen pieces of paper and that'll be fine. And it did not work out that way at all. This was an absolute nightmare. The paper smudged, or the screen paper smudged. You can see it here. I did each one and then I painted on the back. This is absolutely insane. I can't believe I did this. There are some parts of this transparency paper that took the ink very well, and there were other parts that didn't, like this part. It just like bubbled up. This was an absolute nightmare. I'm actually kind of, I don't even really want to be showing you this. I think this drawing of Wheeljack looks fantastic. I think the drawings themselves are quite good. It's just an absolute mess. A convoluted mess. This was terrible. I'm also still getting better at drawing the Autobot logo. This is something that Hasbro highlights often. They have asked me to redraw the Autobot logo at least 10 times. It is a work in progress. Of course, brand recognition is important. I want to be respectful of that. I also, you know the way I kind of approach drawing. I know how my art style is, and it is not very precise. So we are working on this. It's a work in progress. Victor loves it. Okay, that's one person. Spicer's colors on the Transformers look amazing. Mike is bringing his A game. It looks so good. So this has been making the rounds, this piece on social media. It is, I'm shuddering a little bit when it comes out on the social media because I was really still figuring it out. Like, I was still getting my feet under me. I've also found, this might sound kind of weird, but drawing robots and like Autobots or Decepticons or whatever on covers is very challenging because there is so much negative space that I am just not used to. I'm not used to it at all. It makes me very uncomfortable. I want to put detail everywhere. You know, when you're drawing like a cover with a person on it with muscles or whatever, you get the sinews and the lines and the veins, all this stuff. There's no veins in Transformers, so this was a challenge. And so this is one of the first things I did. This is in January. This is one of the first things I did right after the first issue 1 Optimus Prime cover. It was a challenge, and I actually can't stand this. Okay, moving on. So here is the regular Void Rivals cover. This is also, I don't even know if it's the regular cover. I don't know anything about covers. All I know is they asked me to do a cover, I do it, and we go from there. And yes, Comic Tropes, I do trust Spicer very, very much so. And one thing I wanted to make sure of that I didn't do is use a ruler for any of these drawings. I just find as soon as I pull the ruler out, things would take too long, and I would start feeling a little too precious about things. So all this is done freehand. I used a parallel pen for a lot of it. I think this is a brush pen right here. We can get in a little bit. I'm very happy with this cover. There's a little bit of screen tone here. Yeah, it's I think this one came out really, really great. I'm really happy with it, and I did the logo pretty well too. And then they were like, "Oh, Jetfire shouldn't have a logo. He has not picked a side because he doesn't know about the war." So, yes, this is freehand. Yes, it's a little big, and you're seeing it on a smallish screen, so it looks more impressive than it is. There, let's find some wobbles. Come on. Here we go. There's a little wobble. There's some more wobble. I mean, like, I want wobble. You know, I don't want perfection. There's some whiteout for y'all. There's more whiteout. So, yeah, you see. But I'm really happy with this cover. It's one of my favorites I've done so far. Thank you, James, telling me I'm good at scale. I'll take that compliment all day. Thank you kindly. All right. Moving forward. Oh, let's see. Yeah, oh, lastly but not least, here's the issue 1 Transformers cover. It is, I'm very happy with it. One thing you should know about me is, and about this book is the visually wise, I'm kind of treating the Transformers movie from 1986 as my visual Bible, for lack of a better way to put it. I have the head of Optimus Prime, which viewers of this channel will definitely recognize. I don't know where does his head go? Optimus Prime's head is here somewhere. Hold on. Well, okay, add one for the bingo. Dan can't find something that he was going to talk about. Gosh darn it. Hold on, it was right here. Alright, well, we're going to have to wait on that. I have a Masterpiece head that I took off a Masterpiece model just so I can move the head around. Optimus Prime is not easy to draw. His head is a little bit like Homer Simpson. It kind of works or it doesn't. Like, you hit it or you don't. Yeah, it's... yeah. Owens, the Masterpiece MP44, I think? Yep, MP44 comes with 2 heads, the battle damaged head and the regular head. I love the way the battle damaged head looks, and I took the regular head and I use it for visual reference, and it's really bothering me because it's Friday, and if I don't find it on Friday, then who knows where it's going to be on Monday. Let me just look at my desk. I need some of my desk. Okay, well, it's not here. We're gonna find it. We'll find it eventually. Onward and upward. God, it's gonna bother me though. Anyway, so this is the cover. And so the head is very much reminiscent of the 1986 film Transformers, the movie, because that is my favorite version. In Season 1 and Season 2, there's a lot of variation with Optimus's head, and nothing wrong with that. You know, different animators tackling the same character, but I really loved the consistency that was in the film, and it's just something I kind of went for. And yeah, you see these like kind of joints that are just kind of in and around. Just a tiny bit of screen tone here, just for some, just to push that leg up into the back a little bit more. Yeah. Comic Tropes is asking if I owned that toy before I started this book, and yes, I did. I owned all my Transformers toys before I started this book. I have been a huge fan for a long time. Someone asked about visual reference, and my number one visual reference for this book is definitely MP44. oh gosh, not MP. This is the Magic Squares Light of Freedom. This is my favorite Optimus figure of all time. It came out relatively recently. It just looks really good. The head sculpt is perfect. He is AEW champion, of course he is. It just looks good. It looks good from all angles. You can see, you know, like I basically used this for the cover. Like it's like dead on. Drawing a good Optimus Prime face it like scratches an itch like nobody's business. It just feels really good. It is a challenge, but it's one that I kind of welcomed and I was working on it. A lot of people on the channel saw for a long time because I was practicing for, you know, this. Yeah, I would assume Hasbro wouldn't really care that I have a bunch of third parties, but you know, I have Hasbro stuff too. I just think that not all the third party stuff looks good, but I mean, Light of Peace. It's Light of Peace, I think, from Magic Square. He just looks so good. So let's talk about really fast. I wanted to talk about how I kind of approach visually tackling Transformers. Thank you. Yes, Matt's got it. Prime's animation model had two different head designs. The first rounder one was used in the pilot and first season, and is the reference Marvel Comics had. There you go, Matt with the info. Oh, Craig, we're gonna get to those. Don't you worry. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about my kind of creative process with Transformers, if that's okay. So from the very beginning, I knew that I wanted this series to be a G1 designed and, you know, no holds barred. Like, that's what I loved as a kid. That's what I remember. Hey, it's nostalgia. It's what I feel like the majority of people know. Transformers laymen and laywomen, like people who like don't really maybe interact with Transformers, that's the designs they know. That's the designs that I really like. Maybe I'm stuck in the past. So be it. It is what it is. And I make no apologies for it. I'm not going to say sorry. This just is how it is, and that's what I'm excited about, and that's what I'm passionate about. It's what I remember. So the only thing with G1 designs, though, is they are so blocky. It's insane. Like, so I remember like trying to draw Optimus Prime and just having kind of an issue with like how square he is. Like, it's not easy. Like, how to make this look dynamic. It's like really tough. Even like I've been practicing for a while. It is a challenge. Hold on, let me see if I can freehand this. I don't think I can. Okay, well, this is not a good drawing. But you can already see it's like kind of tough, which is another one of the reasons why I struggled so much with that lineup shot that you saw earlier, is because they're just standing there. So one thing that I wanted to mention was, if anybody didn't call out, is does anybody remember the movie Galaxy Quest with that it was this like rock monster where it's basically a bunch of like circular shapes in midair just moving, like somebody's mind controlling them. It's like, so it's a cool scene, and the only way that I could figure out a way to make the Transformers work, the G1 designs, and make them have movement, is if I treated them kind of like this rock monster, where they're kind of floating in air, if that makes sense. Yeah, Kristen, great movie. The Rock Monster is incredible on. Hey Victor, Comic Art Channel, what's up, man? Stinker Buns, hello. Yeah, Gorignac. Yes, there you go. So, and another thing I noticed too, I'll get this toy again. You know, I do love the Transformers toys. I collect them, I do. Now, here's Optimus Prime, okay? And if you notice, like, he doesn't really have an elbow. There's like a 90-degree angle of just air. That doesn't really make sense. And I found if I tried to draw on, if I tried to like give him an elbow, right, or like try and fill out that negative space, it made it not work as well. Just like straight up. So I was like, what if I just draw it exactly like the toy looks? So, you know, like this. Oh. And I basically draw it like that. And it's like these little things that make everything come together. So now, when I draw Optimus Prime, hold on, like with a knee bend, or any bot with a knee bend, I basically draw that. Like, I draw them without a kneecap. Or, this looks not good, hold on. Maybe a tiny bit there. But do you see how already there's a little more dynamic movement? And I'm also like, I am not this quick when I am drawing my pages, the Transformers pages, but I'm not going slow. And, okay, here we go. So here. Alright, that's not a perfect drawing, but I hope this kind of illustrates my point. Yeah. Hi, Daniel. So, sorry, I'm getting off track here. Alright, hold on. Actually, now I'm really enjoying this drawing. And then sometimes I will add like little tiny like hints of joints. Like that. But I just kind of lean into that, if that makes sense. So James says the harshness of the angles without a joint helps sell the dynamics of the blocky figures. Yeah. So Michael's thrilled about Transformers. Thank you, Michael. Appreciate that. Twilight. My favorite bot has been always Optimus Prime. He will be my favorite to draw. I still can't quite get over the fact that I get to draw him like every day. It's really, really fun to draw. It's also fun to write. It is a challenge, you know. It's working on a licensed book always comes with its, you know, fights. Honestly, you know, you want to do one thing and then maybe it's not okay to like have a certain character's head on a spike or what have you. But we are making it work, and I'm fighting a good fight, and I think we're going to make something really special. I'm really excited, and I feel very honored to kind of have the keys to the toy box, so to speak, and kind of bring the characters to life in a way that I've always wanted to in my head. And you know, honestly, like and a lot of people here will attest to this. You know, I do love doing creator-owned books, but like I didn't really have a creator-owned thing like ready to go right away. A lot of people on the channel will know that I am actively working on a sci-fi epic that is let's see. Just do a little doodle of her right now. And I just haven't been able to come up with the story for it yet. Like, it's there, but there's still something missing. And until it's ready, you know, I just don't want to not make anything. And I don't want to... I don't know. I just want to make sure that I'm still making stuff and I'm kind of continually doing forward motion. And so one of those forward motions, no pun intended, is drawing, you know, cars and planes. So, yeah. Oh, I love Rodimus Prime. I think Rodimus Prime is awesome. Out of the way, Hot Rod. Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you. I appreciate it. Jeremy Heiler, I have bought every single one of my own toys. But you're asking... Oh, if they came to me. Yes, Skybound approached me because they also know that I love Transformers. Thanks, Sean. Welcome. Oh, what pen am I using? Yes, love a good pen question. This is a Calligrapher 3.0. This is an amazing tool. It's really dry. It's not as wet as this other calligraphy pen, which is very wet. You can see it's got a lot of organicness to it, but it has a very intense flow. The calligraphers kind of give you that fatness and the delicateness of a brush, almost, that, you know, is a little bit of a dry brushy feeling. So, anyway, let's see. I'm looking over some of the comments here. Epic is an understatement. James, I want to tell you, but I am not allowed yet. So I can't. I'm here to talk about it, but I also can't say a ton. So I'm talking more about the creative process as far as editorial input and how long I'm going to be on the book and so on. That is all in the air right now. Edomame, welcome. I wanted to talk a little bit about some experiences I had at Heroes Con. Kind of changing gears just a little bit. I've got some stuff here. All right. Sorry, everyone. All right. So first off, I have some fan art here from Dudek Doodles. Dudek, I'm sorry, I did not have a case to put this in, so it got a little meshed in my bag. So I apologize for that. This is an amazing Murder Falcon piece that was done for me. Thank you so much. I think this is absolutely beautiful and beautifully done. We met at Heroes, and you should check out his stuff at Dudek Dudes. Doodles, Dudek, 2_ Doodles. Thank you, Dudek. I appreciate it. I also got to meet a very popular and hip and forward, like, just, I don't know, very talented Zoe Thorogood. I hope I was pronouncing your name right, Zoe. Zoe Thorogood. Thorogood. I love stickers, and I think these stickers are just awesome. She was also at Heroes. I got to say hello. She gave me, very generous, gave me a copy of this book. I don't know. I've read this before. It's a special piece of work, and it is. I think it's got a bunch of Eisner knobs, and she did a little sketch in it for me. And thank you, Zoe. Yeah, Zoe. What do we got here? Got some more. So this is not at Heroes. I also stopped by Cake, Chicago Alternative Comics Expo, and I wanted to show you something really cool that I've got. This is called Faster. This is kind of like a little mini zine comic. I don't think they made that many of them. Jesse Lonergan. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but yes, amen. Owen, you got it right. Zoe has the book of the year. You're not wrong, Comic Tropes. So Faster is like a racing comic. Look how cool this is. It's also, it's like super designy. Just beautiful. And look at all these like little doodles, man. Telling so many stories at once. Like, I can only imagine how long this took. Was Jesse there? I'm sorry, Jesse. I missed you. I would have loved to talk to you in person. If you're able to get your hands on a copy of this, I think you should. I thought it's like just a little one and done story. It's absolutely gorgeous. Look at all these cool racers. Balaclava, Action Verlaine, Upton Eclair. So cool. Look, this is like, it's just perfect. And look at this. Balaclava, closing in. Bye, Owen. Tunes, it's incredible. He tables with cadence. Okay, now I know. I'm going to have to check out Planet Paradise. I don't want to show you the whole thing, but you should buy this. It is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. One of my favorite comics I've read so far this year. Well done, Jesse. We've got Lil Stinkers by my close friend, Ryan Lee. Saw him at Heroes, got to hang out a little bit. He drew me as a monster in this sketchbook. Just absolutely beautiful. Daniculor the Destroyer. Ryan is one of those people that is going to make you think about things in a different way. He has a way of going for it that is I have not seen in any other artists. It's the weirdest, coolest, grossest stuff I've ever seen. It's so awesome. So I got this sketchbook from him, and he is an incredible talent. Like, that's so weird. It's so awesome. Thank you, Ryan. You are the best. Okay, so I got some other stuff here. So I get a lot of stuff from fellow collectors, fellow comic book fans, fellow artists, fellow writers. And I can't highlight them all because I literally, sometimes I'll come home with like 50 books. That being said, I highlight what I can, and I wanted to highlight this. So this is Sean Macabre. I think he came over on Sunday on Heroes. Distrant. Okay, I don't actually know what that says. Distant. Okay, I don't know. But I think his art is like very punk rock, and it looks really cool and has this kind of grit to it that I'm really into. Like, that's really dope. Distant Future. Thank you, Kyle. Sorry, Sean. I should have been able to, as a fellow death metal person, I should be able to read those better. I just think this is really cool. It looked really dope. It has this grit to it, as I just said, and it's just really, really neat. It has a little bit of a berserky vibe, and I just thought it was really cool, and I wanted to highlight it because it's just super neat. Thank you, Sean. Alright, we have let's see, this is not really comics. Oh, okay. Oh, in my quest for cool comics, I got Transformers and G.I. Joe from Jay Lee, which I've never actually looked at before in my whole life. Yeah, Voivod Energy. That's super cool. I saw Jay Lee, and we did a panel together, and he was sketching, and I said, "Oh, I just bought your comic, Transformers G.I. Joe," and I think maybe he thought I was joking, but I'm not joking. I've heard awesome things, and it looks great. I think this looks really cool. Let's see, is Optimus in here? I'm looking for Optimus. Of course, I am a fan of Jay Lee. Good old Pat Lee, bringing me back to the Dreamwave days. This comic is very shiny. I'm sorry about that. Let's see. Is that Starscream? Come on, Optimus, where are you? Alright, I don't see Optimus. Maybe issue 2. What else did I get? Oh, I wanted to highlight this. The Time Police. This is by a guy who stopped by my table last year. This is by Ben Hill. Ben Hill. Ben. Your name's Ben, right? Hold on. Sorry, Ben. Ben Hill, I got it! Yes, I got it. Sorry, Ben. You know, I meet a lot of people. Oh, here's an MJF sticker. And everyone is so kind and so gracious and gifting me with so many amazing things. And so I do my best to try and remember people's names. But Ben is just doing this on the side, just for fun. And he's making it happen. And I really appreciated this. I really appreciated him giving me a copy of this comic that he's been working on. Oh, and here's some more AEW stickers. Hell yeah, our Darby Allin, Malachi Black. So cool. Thank you, Ben. Thank you for sharing your art. Thank you for sharing your stickers. Thank you for sharing your time with me at HeroesCon. It means a lot. I also got the first printing of the collection of Marvel Comics Presents Wolverine, baby. You know it. This is one of my favorite books ever. This was only like 15 bucks. And it's got the nice old school matte colors. This is a book that I read in high school at my library. They had this exact version. It was all beat up. And I'm going to beat this one up, and I'm going to read it tonight. And this cover is like... My art rep Felix was talking about it. It's like one of his absolute favorite covers. I think I need to draw with a little more carefreeness like Frank Miller did. This is so amazing. Yeah. Anyway, I'm sure you've seen this. I mean, I know everybody's read this, but you should read it again. And if you haven't read it, what are you doing here? Log off. Get to reading. Okay. Now look, I spent some money on these. Because I was just trying to find copies that are all beat up, but nobody brings them to shows. So... And I don't care about conditions. I just want to read them. I just want to have them. I just want to have the old school coloring, and that's that. So, anyway, look at this. It's just perfect. Let's just look at this. We don't even have to look at the inside. Thank you, Chris Warner. It's just awesome. Marvel, let me do a Predator cover. Okay, I'm glad we figured that out. Let's see. Miller's Ronin. I love it. Don't love it as much as his other stuff, but I do love it. Black and White Aliens. This is how sci-fi books should be done, man. Black and white. Just gritty. I'm into this a lot. Super beautiful. Can't wait to read this more. What else do we got here? Let's see. Oh, I got to meet Leno Yu. Gave me one of his sketchbooks. Of course, we all know Mr. Yu. He's incredible. Sorry for the boobs, my bad. Yeah, I mean, like, what more can be said? This guy is amazing. The best veins in the business. Let's see. Someone gave me this. This is by Jacob Dudek, not from here. Also working on it, making it happen. Let's see. One thing I like to do, I look at let's see the last page. And then I look at the first page, and I see a little more confidence there, and that makes me very happy. Good job, Jacob. Okay, what else we got? Oh, Dan Fraga gifted me this, which I thought was really cool at HeroesCon. The Grave. So he said he did one drawing a day for, I'm not sure how long, at least a year, and he came up with this story. And it looks awesome. And thank you so much, Dan Fraga. Looks really cool. It's a great cover too. And it's square. How satisfying is that? Alright, I have a few more things that I wanted to highlight from Heroes. Almost done. Then I'll draw a little bit. We'll call it a night. We got Space Knights by Kevin Anthony Catalan. He gave me a preview and then he gave me the finished one. This is pretty exciting. I'm into this stuff. It's really cool. It looks really dope. It has kind of a, you know, this coloring makes me think of like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles a lot. I think his storytelling is really cool and his character designs are awesome. Let's see what else. Yeah, it's just like very heavy metal, Space Knights. I mean, I'm into all that. This is just really fun. Sorry, it's very bright. Oh, cool. That's awesome. Space Knights. Kevin Anthony Catalan. Is it? Yeah. Okay, yeah. Right on. And last but not least, we got Joe Death. Benjamin Shipper. I think this is really cool. It's just very illustrative, very gestural. I think it just looks beautiful. It's came out with Dark Horse. I stopped by his table at Heroes. It's really cool stuff. And the colors are gorgeous too. That's so nice. Thank you, Benjamin. All right. So, I guess it's time to draw. Let's see here. The only IDW comics of Transformers that I've read are All Hail Megatron. If there are other arcs that you guys think I should check out, please let me know in the comments. I'd love to check them out. Okay. I don't really know what to draw. I'm absolutely exhausted. I still have to draw more Transformers when we're done here. So, let's see. Do Prowl. You know who I love? I love Jazz. Meh, I don't like that pose. Last Stand of the Wreckers. Beast Wars: The Gathering. Alright, hold on. You know what I need to do? I actually need to look up what jazz looks like. Because I have an idea in my head, but it's not correct. Jazz G1. There we go. Okay. Oh, I love Tom Scully's stuff. I've read that stuff too. Alright, I know I've barely inked this, but we're just going to go for it because this is a sketchbook and it should be fun, and I'm not going to sweat over it too much, I refuse. Zoom in a little bit. There's those lack of joints again. Of course he plays bass. Jazz to moon bass too. Alright, hold on, I gotta get in here. Sorry, my face may block this for a sec. jamming some cans. Don't actually know where this wire is going. This is a sketchbook drawing through and through. Doesn't matter. Allison, here's what I will say. It is a return to kind of the G1 styling, and that's kind of our starting point. Like there are a lot of big plans in place, but you know, we're using the kind of the cartoon, the classic, what people know, as the starting point. But that's only the starting point. You know, we're going to take it in many different and unexpected directions. So yeah. Ooh, have it connected to Blaster. What an amazing idea, Jonathan Saunders. Thank you, brother. Blaster. Wow, that was such a good idea. Probably should have thought of that myself, but that's why we have this show. Thanks, Mike Design. Yeah, tunes, right? All right, here we go. All right. Not bad. Man, that's a great point. I've already noticed this a passionate fan base that has made their presence known on Twitter, especially. I would say to them, you know, I I would encourage them to read some of my earlier work, and you know, I do. One thing that I love to do as a creator is to just make stories about things that I love and that I'm excited about, and you know, I did it with. I loved Beta Ray Bill. I did a book on Beta Ray. I loved, yeah, I love wrestling. I did do a power bomb. I love heavy music, and I did Murder Falcon, and you know, I just love making and writing things that involve things that I'm passionate about, and it is silly to say, but I am passionate about Transformers in my own way, and it's a thing that is, you know, directly associated with my own childhood, for good or for bad, and there's a purity there, you know. It's something that I just want to express myself with in a way that, you know, you're not always able to in a creator-owned book. Sometimes there's just a different vibe about working on a thing that already exists. So I would say to those fans that, you know, I hope to earn their trust, and I hope to give them an experience that they think is valuable and fun. And, you know, every project that I do, I just try and bring my absolute best to the game, and I feel like a lot of people here know that, and maybe they don't, and that's totally understandable. And I can't guarantee that anything is going to be great. I'm just all I can promise is that I'll do my best, and I can't wait to keep going. And with that, oh, make a transforming sound, sure. No, oh, hold on. Now I'm on. I'm nervous. No, I don't know. Ask me next week. I gotta go. Thank you everyone for being here. It's always a pleasure. Sorry I was not here last week. I tried to find a time during HeroesCon where I was free, and there was no time that I was free. I was either sleeping or busting my butt. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. I'll see you next week. Thank you again for being here. I cannot wait to show more Transformers stuff with you. More news is coming, I promise. Keep an eye out at San Diego, especially in about a month. There's going to be a lot of news dropping. Some more art will be coming out then. It's going to be a good time. I'm really excited. Thank you for being here, everyone. Goodbye. Thank you, Comic Tropes, Roberto, Godspeed, Comic Book Couples, Ryan, Kristen, Victor, Just Here. Yeah. Right on. Right on. I really appreciate everything, and I appreciate the excitement, the support. Apparently Hasbro's very happy with the response, so that's really exciting. I'm excited, and I think you should be too. I'll see you soon.